Chemistry Garden by Brittany Dunn. For my PBL project, I performed an experiment involving chemical gardens. A chemistry garden is formed when a seed crystal or soluble metal salt is dropped into an aqueous solution made up of an anion, which is a negatively charged ion. For the English connection of my PBL project, I kept a journal in which I documented the struggles, frustrations, and joys of completing my PBL project. The journal spans from September 2nd to November 8th and has 10 entries. For the social studies connection of my PBL project, I researched the history of chemical gardens and wrote about the first documented experiment by Johann Glauber in 1646. I also researched how chemical gardens continue to grow and decline in the next few centuries. Procedure. Step 1. Gather materials. For this experiment, the following items were needed: cobalt 2 nitrate, iron 3 nitrate, magnesium nitrate, manganese 2 sulfate, nickel nitrate, sodium silicate, sand, distilled water, and a large beaker. Step 2. Fill a small beaker with 100 milliliters of sand. Step 3. Fill another small beaker with 100 milliliters of sodium silicate. Step 4. Fill a medium-sized beaker with 400 milliliters of distilled water. Step 5. Pour the 100 milliliters of sodium silicate into the beaker that contains the 400 milliliters of distilled water. Step 6. Pour the distilled water and sodium silicate solution into the large beaker that contains 100 milliliters of sand. Step 7. Measure out 2 grams of the cobalt nitrate. Step 8. Pour the 2 grams of the cobalt nitrate into the beaker that contains the sand, sodium silicate, and water. Then watch what happens to the cobalt nitrate when it is immersed into the solution. The cobalt nitrate turned blue. The cobalt nitrate then began to grow at the bottom of the solution. Step 9. Measure out 2 grams of the iron 3 nitrate. Step 10. Pour the 2 grams of the iron 3 nitrate into the solution of the sand, sodium silicate, and distilled water. Watch what happens when the iron 3 nitrate is poured into the solution. Step 11. Measure out 2 grams of the magnesium nitrate. Step 12. Pour the 2 grams of magnesium nitrate into the solution of sand, sodium silicate, and distilled water. Then watch what happens as the magnesium nitrate is immersed into the solution. Step 13. Measure out 2 grams of the manganese 2 sulfate. Step 14. Pour the 2 grams of the manganese 2 sulfate into the solution of the sand, sodium silicate, and distilled water. Then watch what happens. Also note how the cobalt 2 nitrate, iron 3 nitrate, and magnesium nitrate have grown and formed. Step 14. Measure out approximately 2 grams of the nickel 2 nitrate. Step 15. Pour the 2 grams of the nickel 2 nitrate into the solution of the sand, sodium silicate, and distilled water. Then watch what happens. The green that you see here is the nickel 2 nitrate. Here is an expanded view of the chemistry garden. You can see what the cobalt 2 nitrate, iron 3 nitrate, magnesium nitrate, manganese 2 sulfate, and nickel 2 nitrate have formed. The blue in this video is the cobalt 2 nitrate, and the white is the magnesium nitrate. Here is a top view of the chemistry garden. The peach on top of the red is the manganese 2 sulfate. This is a photo of the sodium silicate distilled water and sand before the cobalt 2 nitrate, iron 3 nitrate, magnesium nitrate, manganese 2 sulfate, and nickel 2 nitrate were added. Here is a photo from after they were added. This is what the chemistry garden looks like when the sodium silicate and distilled water are removed. The end. Thank you for watching my PBL video.